How would I rule the world? I wouldn't just rule it. I'd help it, love it, and give it an amazing future. I'm not here to make friends, but I'm not here to make enemies. I'm here to help you, your friends and family to a brighter future where we all live together happily. I want to give everyone a voice in every part of the world. It may seem petty, but in many parts of the world, equality is non-existent. The rich rule the poor, the men abuse the women. The victim is told to keep quiet while their predator runs free among society. This is wrong, and we need to make it stop. Sexism, racism, and homophobia may feel like distant problems to most of you sat here before me today. However, in many older generations, they have not been taught of equality. Therefore, it is up to families to correct them on their hurtful statements. I will introduce a programme to teach older people of equality and eradicate prejudice everywhere. Do not misunderstand. I am not saying we should lock your grandma in a prison cell, but I believe it is important to have a united and accepted world. Given current world affairs, from Trump to Corbyn, Putin to Kim K, it is important to give people the understanding and capacity of kindness. A commonplace of sexism is in more Eastern countries and cultures, where aid is not sent to victims of such abuse. Sending helpful trainers and assistants all around to help the villages, towns and cities open up to equality. I will not force this on anyone, because you cannot fight prejudice with force. It only creates more hostility. But I will stay true to what I say. We will have equality. With this motion firmly set in place, I will move to my second action as leader of the world: population control. Better health services and increased education are needed to help the world control its ever-growing, wonderful society. By helping people further understand what it really means to have children, and also the cost it can have to take away from a person's life. I will give rights to women on abortion and birth control, because taking those rights away makes us no different from the Nazis or Donald Trump. Never would I introduce the one-child policy. In fact, as a younger sibling myself, I know of the good moments a family can bring into one's life. But I do wish to control unwanted births. My new movement will support families wanting children and those who don't. I will invest more time into the construction of buildings and how we can expand the houses we have already. This will provide a greater future for everyone and give us all a long, wonderful life to come. Once my first two movements have begun, I will look for a reform of all education services everywhere. I will abolish private grammar schools and give them back to the people. I will increase funding for schools and give young people a brighter start in life. And I will also travel around the world to give schools to the poorest places so that they can thrive into joyous communities. By abolishing grammar schools, I will create a more equal society and provide the best educational experiences for everyone. I do not believe we should remove competition between schools, because this is a driving force of our education system. However, I do believe that separating people due to wealth is grossly outdated. When I increase funding in schools, I will make sure that schools are not factories that pump children out to live the big life in the big city. I'm going to provide chances for children everywhere, to provide chances, whether it be in maths, music or philosophy, science, English or technology, art, photography or language. The skills will be provided for everyone. It will make school less of a compulsory service and more of a place of actual help for future generations. Giving schools to the poorer countries is something that will be introduced alongside my other movements. It will ensure that everyone has a great start in life and never be set back due to lack of education. By acting on these three movements, I will take a sick and perverted world and come back with a prosperous and beautiful world for everyone. I will begin these movements as soon as I take office and will work with everyone to get the job done. I shan't allow corruption to blur my vision of choice, nor will I stand for anything less than perfection, because together we can make the world a better place. Together we can help the world, and together we can make the world